It was the second day of Russia's first International Army Games in August of 2015. In this military competition, Russia and its allies face off to showcase which military force has the most skills in tactics and warfare. For Russia, the military games are a perfect opportunity to display its latest combat technology in action. And during that fateful day, the recently commissioned Mil Mi-28 attack helicopter was one of the show's main attractions. The crowds and local news agencies were eager to witness one of the most powerful attack helicopters in the world, and the spectators gasped as a squad of Mil Mi-28s approached swiftly, to suddenly ascend nose up and spread in an open wing pattern to release a spectacular burst of flares. However, as the helicopters began to recover from the incredible maneuver, one of the cameras recording the event focused on a particular Mi-28. Something was wrong. The aircraft was not recovering, and it was suddenly spiraling out of control. A formidable aircraft. The Mi-28 is considered by most military analysts as one of the world's top 3 most capable attack helicopters, along with the Ka-52 and the American Apache. Russia's demonstration of the agility and speed of such an aircraft was an apparent show of power. The Mil Mi-28, known to NATO as Havoc, was Russia's response to Boeing's AH-64 Apache attack helicopter. The Havoc began development in the early 1980s and underwent a long, strenuous development cycle, with its first deployment in 2006. The Mi-28 is an air-to-air and air-to-ground partner for the Mi-24 Hind and Ka-50 Hokum. It has a 5-blade main rotor mounted above the body midsection. And below the rotor, at each flank, there's a short, broad, tapered, weapon-carrying wing attached to the back of the body midsection. Meanwhile, 2 2,200 horsepower Isotov TV3-117VM turboshaft engines in pods are mounted on top of the fuselage with downturned exhausts. The fuselage is sleek and tapers to the tail and the nose, and it features tandem, stepped-up cockpits, a cannon mounted beneath the belly, and a tricycle tailwheel landing gear. In addition, the landing gear and the pilot seats are designed with an energy-absorbing system that allows the crew to survive a fall of up to 2 meters per second. And the Havoc is entirely reinforced with heavy armor, including the windshield, which can endure 12.7mm armor-piercing bullets and 20mm shell shrapnel. The helicopter layout is based on the standard pod and boom configuration, with a tail rotor designed on a biplane arrangement with autonomously controlled X-shaped blades. And a recent night attack iteration is bolstered with all-plastic rotor blades, which can sustain 30mm shells. Also, it is armed with a chin-mounted NPPU-28 turret with a 30mm automatic Shipunov 2A42 autocannon that can fire up to 800 rounds per minute. And it carries 16 fearsome supersonic 9M120 Ataka V missile units that use radio beam riding guidance to intelligently adjust its course as it reaches its target. The approximate cost of each Havoc helicopter is $18 million, and overall, it is an agile, fast, and long-range attack solution that delivers a similar performance to the iconic American Apache helicopter. Expectations. It was August of 2015, and it was time for the first annual International Army Games, organized by the Ministry of Defense of Russia. The highly expected event would take place in the Dubrovichy firing range near Ryazan, Russia, and was intended to have military factions from numerous countries competing against each other in military drills and strategic competitions to determine who showcased the most combat potential. Most participating countries were friendly to Russia, including India, China, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Belarus, and Iran, and some Western analysts deemed the event a militaristic propaganda scheme devised by Russia. After the inauguration, the first major event was an aerobatics show where the contestants would not only show their most powerful aircraft, but also flex their ability to perform incredible and ambitious maneuvers while piloting them. The Havoc attack helicopter had been publicly showcased since 2009. Still, in those 6 years, few people had been able to witness the groundbreaking vehicle in action, making its aerobatics participation highly anticipated by everyone at the show. Aerobatics. The aerial spectacle was going according to plan at first, with a series of aircraft from several nations across the globe performing simulated dogfights, bomb-dropping maneuvers, and parachuting. Then came the moment so many spectators had been waiting for: the participation of the Berkut aerobatic team on board their powerful Mi-28 attack helicopters. The footage broadcast by Russian television showed 4 gunships approaching the camera in a close formation. Suddenly, the helicopters' noses tilted up, and the gunships began to climb in a synchronized line as they spread out, forming an open wing shape. To the delight of the crowds, the Havocs fired a burst of flares illuminating the sky as the helicopters continued to ascend vertically. The incredible feat was over, and the helicopters then began to recover from the maneuver. Tragedy. As the camera operator realizes something is wrong with one of the helicopters, he focuses on that particular Havoc. The other aircraft seem to have returned to stable level flight, but one of the helicopters is seen descending faster than the others, and it seems to be spinning uncontrollably in a flat plane as it falls. The camera then zooms in and tracks the falling Havoc as it spirals through the clouds. The helicopter continues to lose altitude, but the rotor continues to operate, and the aircraft doesn't seem to be in a complete freefall. The footage then shows the camera slowly zooming out again to reveal the entire landscape as the Havoc approaches the ground. The Mi-28 touches down as it continues to spin, and the rotor blades cause a cloud of dust that engulfs the aircraft. At the last second, before the aircraft is lost amid the dust, the helicopter is seen tilting, causing the rotor blades to hit the ground. A fire then breaks out. The footage then shows the dust cloud as it slowly settles. Suddenly, a figure can be seen through the smoke and the grime. It was one of the pilots successfully abandoning the burning helicopter. Rescue vehicles can then be seen rushing to the scene and taking the second pilot to safety. Unfortunately, the commanding pilot did not survive the impact. Aftermath. After the accident, the head of the Russian Air Forces, Colonel General Viktor Bondarev, quickly informed the public about the situation. He reported that the accident had resulted from a mechanical failure and that the pilots had done everything in their power to reduce the scale of the tragedy. Thanks to the pilots' actions, there was no damage on the ground and no casualties among the airshow's spectators. Bondarev added, quote, "The primary cause of this accident was a hydraulic system failure. The Mi-28 attack helicopter is widely used. An investigation commission will look into the crash." The airshow was immediately cancelled. However, the rest of the International Army Games continued to take place the following days. Subsequent investigations revealed an issue with one of the helicopter's hydraulic systems, likely caused by a lack of adequate maintenance. This was blamed as the reason behind the crash, and the Russian Air Force swiftly grounded all Mi-28 flights until the maintenance protocols were revised and the mechanical issue was wholly understood. Thank you for watching our video. Make sure to click on the screen and check out our other Dark Documentaries channels, where we delve into some of the most exciting military campaigns and specific battles that shaped our world today. And hit the bell icon to be notified of our newest content. Stay tuned.